5s on stream. Or I don't know if there's lots, but there's definitely been at least 3.
That's lots in my book, man.
Yeah, but these two have played quite a few times. In fact, I'm going to look up on PG Stats how many times these two have played.
Oh, how about that?
It's going to be a big number. I don't think it's going to be me and Failbot big.
No, nothing tops that, I don't think. But these two fight each other all the time in bracket, and in grand finals of this tournament, whenever, man. And not to mention these two's history in another state.
Wait, I guess I'll search Big Swifty.
I don't think this stat is so important.
Yeah, it is Big Swifty. Okay, let's see. These two have played 37 times.
Wow, how about that?
And the set count is 24-13, Big Swifty's favor.
You better like each other if you're playing each other that much.
Yeah, seriously.
Otherwise, it's kind of awkward.
But this matchup is one that I know a pretty decent bit about. This is a matchup that when people look at it on paper, they kind of probably would assume that Mario does really bad. But I honestly think Mario's punish game on a somewhat floaty character like Steve lets him keep this pretty close. Because Steve is very easy for Mario to combo.
But not at that percent there.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
The toughest thing about this matchup is definitely how Mario deals with blocks.
I believe it. Yep.
Oh, wow,
so stubby and just.
Smash. Careful the block!
He's
Right
just
there.
looking for anything, really.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, though, at this point, like, literally any damage that Big Swifty gets is just good. When you're up
icing on the cake.
Yeah, when you're up 3 stocks to 1, it's like any damage is good damage. Especially because Big Swifty has Diamond, too, and isn't going to use it until he dies.
Yep.
Wow, that roll.
Just running away with
I
this
just
one.
learned the other day that Mario can reflect that. Steve down smash, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It can't be reflected, but it doesn't hit him, does it?
Yep.
Awesome.
It happened in Kurama versus Akala at a summit.
Yeah, I think I've seen it happen before. There's the diamond, like you said, so.
This is where it's...
I was just, yeah.
Okay, so looks like they're going to run it back to PS2.
Yep, I saw that motion. That little twirl with the finger, you know they're going back.
A couple of things about this matchup that are tricky too is Mario's a character that likes to either land on top of you or like at that 45-degree angle, not quite on top of you, but kind of coming towards your character's head.
Right, so
and
you can do an up air or something?
Yeah, and Steve up tilt is really, really good at hitting you for doing that. So sometimes jumping in with this character against Steve can be really tricky. I typically use a ton of Fireball in this matchup, but the problem is blocks don't care about Fireball like at all. So both of these characters have plenty of counterplay to each other.
Keeps it fresh, especially after, what was it, 37 sets?
37 sets,
37 sets?
That's a lot.
Got to mix it up somehow. And speaking of mixing it up a little bit, Big Swifty also does have the Pokemon Trainer, so
that's true. Yeah,
there's some variance in there, and now that I think about it too, Neet also has the Roy, so you know.
Yeah, I imagine Big Swifty is going to stay Steve the whole set.
That's my guess,
unless he drops like the next 2 games.
It's also my guess that Neet also keeps.
Yeah, Neet actually. Neet had some poll on Twitter yesterday where he was kind of asking people if he should pick up a character for some of Mario's less awesome matchups, or if he wants to stick out with solo Mario. And the general consensus on that poll was that Neet should stick with solo Mario.
I mean, his solo Mario is so solid that I think.
And I've seen him win bad. I've seen him win bad matchups.
Yeah, keeping that clean, pristine.
Wow.
Keeping that Mario clean. #1 priority, I think.
Yep. Oh, Big Swifty's going to take tons of damage here.
Oh
goodness! Big Swifty's punish game with Steve is really. I was going to say second to none, but Failbot's watching. So.
Failbot's watching. We can't make him angry, but I don't see Failbot do that kind of reset with the anvil there.
No, yeah. I haven't seen him do that.
No.
Oh,
land on the TNT.
Land on the TNT, so you don't
play a dangerous game. Careful, SpongeBob.
Nice thing about PS2 in this matchup, though, is at least Steve can't do the TNT ledge trap on this stage because the platforms are too far inside of the stage. Another pretty comfortable lead for Big Swifty, and Diamond on deck means that 4 hits are going to do 50.
Absolutely. Saving that Diamond and making this lead near insurmountable, or at least as insurmountable as he can make it here. And
A Trump? Oh, okay. Oh!
that's where you would have went down. You would
Yeah,
have. And yeah.
All right, and that was probably, I mean, when you look at that, it was definitely better than Game 1, because Game 1 was a 3-stock. Neet definitely looks like he's starting to figure some things out, but Big Swifty's punish game just makes this extremely tough. It's like, oh, I mess up once, I'm taking 80, and then Steve's neutral is so tough for Mario to deal with because he finds a hard way to get around blocks.
Yeah,
It's
you're having to learn faster than Steve can rack up the damage on you.
Yep.
And that is a tough train.
Yeah, it's
that is a tough train to chase.
Mario can keep up with a lot of characters' damage output, usually. But the thing about Steve is, like, Steve's going to do a ton of damage to Mario, and then Mario's going to have a hard time getting his way in because blocks are so tricky to deal with.
Yep, and actually, I was wrong here. Here comes the Roy.
Oh, here comes Roy. You know, I can see this.
Has an easier time dealing with the blocks. Oh,
Yeah, easier time dealing with blocks, has a little bit better kill power. Not a little, a lot better kill power. I should be modest. This character kills at nothing. 5 more and that would have killed.
oh.
Oh,
well.
no. Oh, the homie.
Homie stock.
Homie stock.
North Dakotans in the building.
Reverse hit near to up B. That's the coolest 0% Roy combo I've ever seen.
It's also very untrue.
That actually looked true.
Was it?
It was like
No
the
way,
back.
no
It was
way
like
that
the back
no way
hit
that
of
was
Roy
true.
Nair.
No,
We'll find out.
Oh.
Up. Falling out.
I was gonna say I'm gonna. What a scrap so far.
Oh.
And, oh, if that was a back hit.
It always astounds me that that people that play Roy are ready for that down air pop up. I would never be.
No, me neither, man.
Wow. This game definitely closer than the other two so far.
I was about to say, suffice it to say, if it's anything, if this game is anything, it's closer.
Oh, very good get up attack. Yeah.
Brave option, but the correct one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that probably wasn't the intentional button for sure. Because Roy up smash is hello. Why did Steve go into tumble? But Roy up smash.
I think when he's shielding and the block breaks beneath him, he
But
tumbles.
Roy up smash is generally not a move that you see very often.
No.
And now Big Swifty is on set point and has diamonds. And at 81%, so much Steve stuff is going to start killing right now.
Oh.
Here we go.
Right, yep,
okay.
there you go. Finds that back
Get
here.
rid of that table.
Uh-huh. And not a diamond yet, so...
Yep. Good spacing on the Nair to kind of hit Steve out of the cart. But what are you going to do here?
Yeah, Vivian already used
Big
some...
Swifty.
Already used...
Smash.
Oh.
Oh, wow, that caught the air
Oh,
dodge.
man.
That's actually kind of surprising that Big Swifty went for that because Neet had an air dodge to ledge, I don't think ever in that set. I don't think he air dodged to ledge once.
He had saved that the whole set.
Yeah.
And
So it's kind of surprising that Big Swifty was ready for that.